Hello everyone, Ranjitha here. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to talk about Cricut Design Space, a simple introduction. I've been using Cricut from quite a long time now, and this software is very easy and simple to use. Cricut has been helping me in making beautiful projects for my small business and home decor. Since Cricut has been launched in India, I thought introducing you to this software will help a lot of newcomers and solve their doubts while they explore the software. In this video, I'm going to walk you through all the basic features and functions of this software. I hope this will help all the beginner Cricut users. So without any further ado, let's get started. So firstly, when you open Cricut Design Space, this is how it starts. You need to go to the Cricut website and you need to download the software for your system. It can either be Mac or Windows. The compatible software, once you download and install it, this is how it is going to open. So this is called the home page of Cricut. Okay, so it comes with your, because I've installed it and I've already registered and all, it comes with my name here. So this is the home page. Okay, so once when you come to the home page, today we are just going to briefly go through all the options that are available in Design Space. We are not going to make any particular project, a finished project today, but I'm just going to walk you through the entire Design Space. Okay, in the upcoming videos, I'm going to show you detailed videos on how you can design your own projects and how you can, from start to finish, how you can make a project. I'm going to show you in my upcoming videos. So for today, when you open Design Space, this is how it is going to look. So when you come to the left hand top right left corner, you can see the sandwich menu. Once when you press, it comes, your profile name comes here. You can view the profile and you can edit your profile here. You can change your photo, everything. And then after that, there is an option called home. So whenever I refer to the home page, this is the page that I will be referring to. Okay, so whenever you press home, it's going to bring you back to this page. Then there is an option called canvas. Whenever you're starting a new project, this is where you have to start. When you press this, it starts a new canvas, a fresh new page where you can start designing your new project. Okay. Then comes new product setup. This is very essential when you start your new machine. Okay. So here I want to insist on one more point. Cricut Design Space can be downloaded by anyone. It is absolutely free. You do not need to have a machine to download Cricut Design Space. So if you're planning to buy a Cricut machine and you just want to explore the software and you want to know what are the different possibilities, you can first download the software, go through what all is available, how it is, how easy the interface is. You can just go through that even before buying the machine. Okay, so Cricut Design Space is free. You don't have to have a machine to design something. You only need a machine to cut it. Okay, or to make a project you need a machine, but for designing and all you don't have to have a machine. So in case if you're having plans of buying Cricut, you can just download Design Space and explore this entire beautiful space. Okay, then the next here you need to, when you buy a new product, you need to set it up here. So this will ask you what machine you're having, either Maker 3 or Explorer 3 or Joy, what machine you're having. It's going to ask and it's going to take you through a couple of steps which helps you in installing the machine to the Design Space. Next point is called calibration. This is a little advanced step. So when you're using some exclusive features like print and cut and all, you need to calibrate your system for very intricate cuts and very specific and perfect cuts. You need to calibrate your machine. Next, there is something called manage custom materials. Customize your materials here. Okay. Then the other regular features like account details, update firmware and all that, and settings. So here there is another option called Cricut Access. So what is Cricut Access? So when you download Design Space, it is going to come with some basic features. So you can do your basic designing with the Design Space. Okay, but There is a membership called Cricut Access membership, which has very wonderful benefits, I must say. So since I've already subscribed, it is showing that my subscription is active. So the benefits of Cricut Access is you get unlimited images, you get access to lots and lots of images. So you don't have to search the web every time, you don't have to buy separate SVGs. You get all of them, almost everything, you get it already preloaded in your Access membership. And there are some exclusive design space features which are not available for non-Access members. So those features are also available in Access membership. So there are monthly plans, yearly plans, depending on your budget. You can subscribe to these Cricut Access plans. Okay, so the other benefit is you get more than 700 fonts. So every time you want to design a project, the biggest problem is you don't find the right font. But when you have an Access membership, that problem is not there, because there are so many fonts. There are fonts exclusive for kid projects, fonts for weddings, you get curvy fonts, bold fonts, lots of fonts you're already having in Cricut Access. You don't have to separately download another font into your system, install it, and then go through all the hassle. There are also some 1000+ ready-made projects. So sometimes you don't want to design, or you're just a beginner and you're still exploring the design space and you just want to try your hands on some projects. There are thousands of projects which are already readily made for you. All you need to do is just click, insert the right material, and your project is done. Okay, so these are the benefits of Cricut Access membership. So coming back to the home page, so this is how your home page looks. So they're going to be displaying some trending features, trending projects and all that. So since Father's Day is coming up, there are a lot of Father's Day projects. Okay, so there is something called Cricut Social, where you can see what is trending on social media, what are the new projects that are trending this week and all that. So all the other things you can just quickly you can go through some new fonts that Cricut Design Space has released recently, some images, projects and all that. So you can just briefly go through here on the home page itself. Okay, so now coming here to the top right corner, so there is something called, when you drop, there is this part is best to optimize your experience for the particular machine you're using. So since mine is a Cricut Maker 3, I have put a tick on this. So depending on your machine, you can just put, so that it will show the results optimizing. So it is not going, if you have a Joy, it is not going to show you big projects which don't go through Joy, because Joy is a small machine. Okay, so it is just going to optimize your search results. Just you can select your machine here. Okay, so then coming here, there is something called My Stuff. Okay, so My Stuff means what all I have saved, the projects that I have made until now, what are the projects Cricut is suggesting for me based on the work that I have done. So these are some of the projects that I have been making on Cricut. Okay, now coming back to home. So whenever I see a project, say suppose I like this t-shirt, okay, so you can see this icon here. If I'm going to press that, it is going to get bookmarked. Okay, it is going to be saved. So next time you want to find this project, you don't have to search, you already have it bookmarked, so you can have your favorite designs all in one part. The best part is you can add it to a collection. Say you have all vinyls in one collection, you have all paper projects in one collection, so you can add it to your collections. Okay, so so this is a very nice feature and a very handy feature. Sometimes you're just spoiled with choice, that you cannot find the right project sometimes, because you feel like you can do so many things, or sometimes you will come through a beautiful image which again you want to search, you might not find it. So whenever you find something nice, just save it down. Okay, so that all these projects that I have saved or bookmarked will be coming under this tab here. Okay, bookmarked. So this is about the basic intro about the home page and all that. So now, like I told you, let's go back to home and let's start a new project. Okay, so when we want to start a new project, there are two ways of doing it. First thing is you can go to this left side sandwich menu and start a canvas here, and the next way of doing it is there on the right hand top corner there is something called new project. Click on it. So when you click on the new project, it is going to come like this. So this is your canvas. Okay, so your canvas will be gridded initially. You can later change the settings. You can avoid the grids, but I prefer using my canvas with grids because that helps me in alignment and it also gives me an idea of space. Okay, so today I'm going to walk you through all these detailed every detailed aspect here that you're going to use in design space in a very beginner friendly way. Okay, don't be overwhelmed. I'm not going to go very deep into all the things, but if you want to start a new project, these are some things that you can will help you in starting a new project. Okay, so here this is, so I will start from my left hand side. Okay, so these are called templates. The first thing you can see here is templates. So when I see templates, see, sometimes you want to make a project and you want to design something. Say suppose you want to design a banner, or you want to design just a quote for your t-shirt or anything. So there are some templates already ready here. Okay, say suppose I want to make a t-shirt. So this is the template here. So this is not going to cut. Okay, like you see, it is clearly shown here. Templates are for reference only and will not be saved with your project. So this t-shirt image is not going to be saved. Okay, so when I make an image or when I download an image, I will have an idea on how it will look on the t-shirt. Okay, so just for that reference purpose, you have these templates. Okay, so this is the whole idea behind templates. So you have lots of templates. You have banners, you have collages, you have you have glass tumblers or whatever, lots of ideas. So you will just get an idea. Say suppose there is a pillow cover, you want to have some design on a pillow cover, you will know how it will look on the final piece, just for you to get an imagination or an idea on how it is going to look on the final out piece, because you can't cut it every time and paste it and check it out to see how it looks. Okay, so that is the benefit of templates. Okay, next we are going to go to projects. This is the same category that I have shown you. So first, when you open, all the projects are going to open here. Okay, and when here you can select my projects, you can select the bookmark projects that we have already saved, selected and kept it here for future reference. So here I have selected all categories. So all whatever is in design space, it is going to show here. So whenever you see this A sign here, it means that it is for access members only. Okay, so all these images are for access members only. So if you have an access membership, these are already going to be in your membership, and you can be using, see, you can see by just scrolling through, you're going to get an idea how many tons of ready-made projects are already available here. Okay, so it is going to be, say suppose while searching, I just found out this project to be very cute, so I'm just going to save it. Okay, so you don't know when you might use it, or when you want to search for it later, you might not know the exact title of that project or anything like that. So these are all some projects which you can just go through while exploring through design space. Okay, so there is something called as Cricut community here. So when you come to the projects here, you can see Cricut community. So when you say Cricut community, it is you and me who are a part of community. So whenever we make a project and put it in design space and make it public, visible for everyone, it is going to be listed here. So your fellow Cricut users, whenever they make something very inspiring, you can check it out here, and you can get inspired and you can make something out of it. Okay, so these are the projects made by the Cricut community members. So your search is also so beautifully designed that even the search has so many features. So you can just search your projects, you can just search your projects that you have saved, or you can just search images that are there exclusively in Cricut community. So your search is also very, very well designed. Okay, so if you know the name of the project, you can search it here, otherwise you're just going to go here. Okay, So the next part coming to here is we've done the projects. Now coming to design space, let's come to shapes. Here are something called as shapes. When you press on the shapes, so you have some basic free shapes, and there are some that are included in your subscription. Okay, so tons of shapes. Okay, so you can search from your basic shapes here. The squares, circles, rectangles, rounded rectangles are all available here, and these are the shapes that are included with your subscription. And if you want to see more shapes, so there are loads and loads of shapes. You can see 13,000 shapes. Okay, so they are you can just I'm just scrolling through, you will get an idea of how many images and shapes you have. So the possibilities are really endless. If you have something creative in your mind, you can do it here in just a click, because there is everything available. Okay, so there's so many shapes here. Okay, again, in the shapes, you can, the number of, see, the search everywhere is so beautifully designed that, say, suppose you want to search something that is exclusive for vinyl, or you want to search something that can be printed and cut, so you can design everything here. Say, suppose you want images that are only free. Okay, or you want, again, here all the images that you have bookmarked or you have uploaded, they will all come here. Okay, so there is something called operation type. So when you press on that, so you can either press cut only, so it's going to show you images that can be only cut. Okay, so there are images which can be only drawn. Okay, so if you insert your Cricut pen into your machine, so these will be drawn. Okay, so there is some feature called print and cut, so you can print these images and then you can cut. So your search is also very, very well designed. And again, here the layers, the number of layers, so here you can select it as a single layer, or you can use multiple layers. So your images or shapes are going to have multiple layers. Okay, so you can see here there are going to be multiple layers in the image. Okay, so and again, here you can have the project type, what kind of projects you're looking for. Are you looking for 3D projects? Are you looking for cards? Are you looking for phrases? So your search is very, very beautifully designed. That is the best part of design space that I like. Everything is so accessible, and you just don't get lost in the design space because it is very organized. Okay, and then you have material. So sometimes you want it for a very specific material. Say you're looking for, something that is exclusive for paper or cardstock. Okay, so you can search shapes that are there for only paper and cardstock. Okay, or just for vinyl. So this is the best part of the search. So you can customize your search here. Okay, so I'm going to uncheck all of them so that all the shapes are available. So here we've come back to shapes. Okay, so now let's start with a basic shape. I'm going to walk through some basic commands and features that will be very useful for you in design space. So I have selected a circle here. Okay, so whenever you select an image or you put something onto your canvas, this toolbar is going to be activated. Okay, so when you want to increase the size, so you have two options. You can directly go here and increase your size, or you can decrease your size, or you can hold one of the corners and you can increase the size. Okay, now this is under an option called basic cut. Okay, you can change the color of your cut. Now why do you want to change the color of the cut? Cricut is not going to have any difference in the color of the image. But why the color of image is important is when you are giving your final cut, Cricut is going to organize this for you. Say all the images or all the cuts that are there in this color, it is going to organize and put it on one sheet. It is going to do it for you. So that is the reason when you organize your shapes into colors, it is going to be very, very useful. So here I'm going to keep it as white. So this is my first shape that I have cut. Okay, so now coming here, you have some options here. Okay, the first one is basic cut. you have a wavy cut, you have a perforate cut. Now for the perforate cut, you need a special blade called a perforation blade. So it is not going to cut through. If you, how to explain, you have some tickets which have perforations in it where you can tear it off. So that is called a perforated cut. So you need a special blade for it, a perforation blade. Okay. So you don't want to cut, you just want to draw. Then you can select this. You can just draw. How do you want to draw? Do you want to just score? Do you want to deboss? Do you want to engrave? So this you can design, you can select your here. So select it here. So now we're going to stay with basic cut. So now once we have selected this, we can edit it here. Okay. So now that I've been using Cricut space from Cricut design space from a long time, I am used to some shortcuts. You want to duplicate it, you can duplicate it here, or you can come here and you can just say duplicate. It is going to duplicate another image here. So when you open, you can get these shortcuts here. So duplicate is Ctrl+D, cut is Ctrl+X, and copy is Ctrl+C. Okay, or if you want to delete it, you can just press delete. Okay, so now we've made 2 duplicates out of it. So now how do you select multiple objects? So here, if I drag through both of them, both these are going to get selected. Okay, so now we've come to the next thing, that is called aligning. So if you press center, both of them are going to be aligned in the center. Okay, so if you want to align them, align to the right, align the bottom, you know, this is going to be useful when we use many more multiple shapes. Okay, so for reference purpose, I'm also going to take a square. Okay, so let us keep this aside. Now I'm going to select both of them and I'm going to use the align. So if I say align to left, it is going to align to the left. If I say align the centers horizontally, it is going to align the centers horizontally. If I say align to the center, it is going to bring the square to the center of the circle. So that is the advantage of having align. Okay, now arrange, there is another option called arrange. So when you want to arrange, you can either bring this forward. So I'm going to select the square here. So when I press arrange, it is going to send it backward. Okay, or you know, you can send it to back, or you can, you know, bring it to the front. So this is useful when you are designing a project and you want to know how it looks. Okay, now the very important features, if you're making something like cake toppers or anything, offset features is the most used feature, and it is very useful, very versatile feature. Okay, so now what is offset? Okay, so when you press on this offset, so now I have set my machine into inches. You can also set it into centimeters. So whatever measurement you want, either in metric or however you want it, you can arrange it in the settings. Okay, so I prefer inches because most of my projects I work in inches, so I prefer having inches. Okay, so now there is this slider here. Okay, 1 second, I'll just move this here so you will get an idea. So so this is usually it is here. So when you slide the slider towards the right, you can see there is a blue circle forming outer to our circle. So this is called the offset. Okay, so you can have the offset as thinner as you want, or as, you know, thicker as you go. So this is going to form a border to your image. When you bring the slider to the left, it is going to make something within the circle. Okay, so it is going to have another shape. There's going to be another shape within the image. So this is very important feature when you're making cake toppers, when you want to make layered images. Say suppose you type a font and you want a background to it, this feature is very important. So now again, you can have your corners rounded or you can have your corners sharp. This is not going to be applicable for a circle, but when you're using a font or something, this is going to make a difference. So now I'm going to apply. So here you can see we have created an inset. Okay, we can either create an offset or you can create an inset. So here we have created an inset. So now you can move this inset away. This will be a separate piece. Or I'm going to show you some more extra features here. I'm going to select both of them and I'm going to align both of them to the center. Okay. Now when you select both of them, here on the right hand bottom, there are some features that are activated. So the first option is slice. So when I press slice, this one has sliced this shape from the first circle. So as you can see here, the first circle, now there is just a thin border because this one was in the middle and it has sliced the previous one in that image. Okay, so this is the slice option. So these are the options that are available. So when you combine, when you unite, both these are going to be united as one. When you subtract, so the center part is completely subtracted. So you're just left out with this part. Similarly, you can exclude. So whatever part is there in the middle, that is excluded. I'm going to show you some features. Say suppose you want to move your object, okay? But when you press shift and move your object, it is going to move it only in that axis. You cannot move left or right. You will be moving only in the vertical axis. Okay? And at the same time, if you're going to press shift and if you're going to move horizontally, you cannot go above or below. You're going to move it in the same line. This is very useful when you want to, align different things. Okay. So at the same time, like I told you, you can alter the size. Okay. But when you want to alter the size, there is something called as the width and the height. So this is always in a feature called locked feature. Okay. So when you press on this lock above, it is going to unlock. So when you're going to increase the, when you're going to decrease the width, or it is only going to decrease the width. Whereas when it was in a lock feature, you cannot do that. It is going to only symmetrically decrease or increase it. So when you do this, you can do it individually also. Okay. So now I've cleared everything. So now I've spoke about the images also. So now let's speak about text. So every time you select a different option, the toolbar is going to be customized according to your interest. Okay. Say suppose I'm going to type a message here saying happy birthday. Okay. So this is in a basic cut feature. We're going to select all of them. So the arrange part and all, see now when I say flip, if I flip it horizontally, it is going to flip this way. When I flip it vertically, it is going to flip this way. So this is very useful when you're making something, a mirrored image, or when you're having a front and a back for an image. So you want to use it. So this feature is very useful. Okay. So this is that. And then you again have this offset feature. So when I have an offset, so you can see here, I have created an offset for this part. Okay. So now I have one border and then I have another layer over here. So you can cut it in two different shades and then you can, make it very 3D. You can make as many. So now I'm going to select this and I'm going to make another offset for it. I've just changed the colors so that you will know. So you can see here I've got 3 layers. The first one was the font that I have typed, again made an offset for that, and then I have made another offset for that. So you get a very 3D looking phrase in just no time. All I did was typed happy birthday and I just kept on adding offset. So this is very useful for a lot of projects, especially for cake toppers. The more layers you have, the more beautiful it is going to turn out. Okay, so now I'm going to delete these two and we are going to explore more features with this one. Okay, So this is something called warp test, warp text. Okay, so you can warp it as you want. I'll just bring it here. This is just going to add some effect to your text. Okay, see, I'm not doing any designing part of it. I'm just going through all the features that are available. Okay, again, the same way you can increase or decrease the size, or you can hold it here and increase and decrease. So when you come around here in the corner, when you move around the corner, this arrow is going to transform itself into a curved arrow. That is when you can rotate your image or text or shape. Okay, all you have to do is just come to the corner, and then the arrow, wait for the arrow to just change its shape like this, and then you can rotate it. Okay, or you can also rotate it here. Okay, and then this is the position of this on x-axis and y-axis. So if you put both of them on 0, it is going to come right on top. You can just manually move it also, or you can change it into x-axis and y-axis. In my further projects, I'm going to show you how this positioning is going to make a difference. Okay, so now the basic thing here, you can see you can change the font. Okay, so again, like always, you can always bookmark your fonts here. So the best part of Cricut is there are some exclusive Cricut fonts. They are the fonts in your system also. So it is going to segregate both of them. It is not going to mix up everything. Okay, so say suppose I use this font. You can see it has changed immediately. Okay, so now I'm going to okay, now we have done the font, and now you can have the style. It is regular. You can increase the font size. Now there are some other features which are very useful. First one is the letter spacing. In some fonts the letters are very close, so you don't have to select a new font, but all you can do is, if you are just bothered about the letter spacing, see, you can see here, you can increase the space between the letters. This is going to help you in some features when the font is very small. It is going to help you a lot. The same way, the line spacing, this is not going to be applicable now because we are using it only a single line. And then you have the alignment. You can align all the font to the left, or you can align all the font in the center. And then you have something called as curve. So you can curve your font like this, or you can curve your font like that. So as you can see, there's so many features that are easily available. You don't have to, learn a separate software or a designing, software completely. You don't have to have any designing background to work out with Design Space. Okay, so here there is something called ungroup letters. Okay, so whenever you type a font like this, Cricut is going to consider this as a single word, and because all these letters are connected to each other. So the advanced feature here is ungroup to letters. So when you say ungroup to letters, it is going to ungroup each and every letter. Say when I select this A, I can only increase the size of this A or decrease the size of this A, or sometimes you want to create something bouncy. You see, I'm selecting this one. You can change the position of only these letters. So each and every letter is going to act individually. Okay, so same word, I've converted it into a very bouncy format by just rotating the letters individually. It's going to give a different look altogether. Okay, come here, you can select all of them, and you can just press this icon. It has grouped everything. So now if you're moving, it is going to move as a single group. So these are the features here. So we've spoken about text. And then there is something called phrases. So it's the same thing like image section only, but you're going to see only phrases. You're going to see only sentences, or that you want to use on your cards, t-shirts, or anything like that. So this is about the basics of design space. So after you're done with everything, you can save your project. You can have a title for it, you can add it to a collection, and then you can save it, okay, so that you can use it later, or you can come back and design it. So say suppose I'm going to make an offset for this. Okay, I'm going to select this, and I'm going to make another offset for this. So I've aligned everything. So now this is my project, and I just want to make a cake topper with this, or just cut out this to put it onto my cards. So I'm going to align the size so that, see, the width is very long. So I'm going to bring the width down. I'm going to bring the width down to say 8 inches, and then we are going to say make it. Okay, so when you say make it, it's going to come with two options. One is without mat, and you have something called on mat, and you have something called multiple ways. So you can manually select each load. Say suppose you have some which you want to use with the mat and you don't want to use without the mat, so you can manually use that. So as of now I'm going to use with mat. It's going to ask your mat size. Okay, and then when we're going to confirm, so you're going to see, since we've made it individual letters, so it is going to come in individual letters like that, and it is not coming properly. Okay, so the blue, and one more thing, the first thing you are going to see is we have had 3 colors in our project. So the Cricut is obviously going to automatically align them according to their colors. So the first one, if you can see, it is going as it likes. So we have to edit this part. So I'm going to cancel this cut, and I'm going to come back. So what am I going to do is I'm going to press this, and I'm going to say unite. Okay, so that way when I make it, you can see now it is coming as a single image. Okay, so you have to unite it, otherwise the letters are going to act as individual characters, and it is going to put it in such a way that you will use lesser material, and that is not a good way, because that way you have to arrange each and every letter, align it properly again. So this is I'm not going to proceed towards the cart. I'm going to show you that in another project. Okay, so this was today teaching you the basics of Cricut Design Space, and all about Cricut Design Space. I hope it was interesting and was useful to you. I will get back with another interesting and detailed tutorial about Cricut. Let me know what you want to learn in Cricut so that I can help you with it. Okay. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be back soon with another interesting tutorial. Until then, bye.